Okay, Shavua Tov. Thank you for joining. Hope you had a beautiful, amazing, uplifting Shabbat. It's a good change compared to the previous Parshot where we were in Egypt, going through the Exodus, the exile and Exodus, and now Baruch Hashem, splitting of the Red Sea. It's supposed to have personal implications also. In other words, a breakthrough. There's a splitting of the Red Sea, you're advancing. What's very interesting, it pops to you, I guess it comes to you every year when you see this parsha, is right after the splitting of the Red Sea, this miracle, open clarity, seeing such clarity in that Hashem is guiding the world, right? And all of a sudden, right afterwards, the Jews complain. There's no food, there's no water, there's nothing, right? There's nothing at all. They complain about the water, they need meat, and then the manna. Rashi points out, they asked for manna, that was okay. But they asked for meat was not okay. You can see Rashi, and that's also coming up in the book of Bamidbar. We're going to have this again in Parshat Chukat, right? So what's going on? Rav Losson asked this question. You had such an open revelation of Hashem in your life, such clarity that Hashem is guiding the world. And then right after that, you get tested, and it says, Vayilonu, many times Rashi goes into a lot in the Parsha on the grammar of how to write properly, and they complained. Are they complaining? Getting others complaining. Yitlonenu, tlunot, a lot of complaining. But after such a big light, what's going on? What is this? So Nosson points out, this is how it happens in life. You could have the biggest revelation of godliness, of spirituality, where after experiencing that, you would say to yourself, for sure, I'm going to be a good Jew after this. For sure, I've lost my free will, and I'm only going to be good. And yet, right after such an experience, a person is tested big time. Look what happened. The Jews, they had the splitting of the Red Sea, showing them that Hashem is for sure guiding them. Of all the miracles involved in the Red Sea and the 10 plagues in Egypt, everything. And yet, they get tested on tiny things. Where's the food? Where's the water? What's going on? Rav Nosson says this is how it is. You have such a big light, and then you're tested. And at these small tests, this is where people fall. What they don't realize is this is part of the growing process. He says, Rabbi Nachman, in lesson 24, Likutey Moharan, that the way to perceive the infinite light is you have to have the advance and then the bounce back. The bounce back is part of the process. It's necessary. You need it. Because why? If you keep on just going towards the light, up and up and up and up, thinking that's Judaism, that's Torah, that's what Hashem wants, you're wrong. Because by going up and up and up and up, you'll disintegrate, you'll disappear. Hashem wants you in your finite existence to experience his infinite light. It's two opposites though. It's 180 degrees opposite. Hashem is infinite and you're finite. How in the world can you experience godliness if you're so finite and Hashem is infinite? So it requires a scenario, the Rebbe says, quoting the Zohar, it's called Matei Vela Matei, that you're in and out. You're reaching and not reaching. You're touching and not touching. This is how it is. This is how you're going to perceive godliness. And that there is a thrust forward, like in the Parsha, splitting of the Red Sea, big miracles, Hashem's hand, you see clarity in everything. But if you keep on going, you're going to crash. It can't continue like that. There has to be now, boom, a retreat, which is with the test that says the next pasuk, if you look right after it says that Miriam and the Jewish woman, they took out tupim and they started singing to Hashem also, just like the men did. And right after it says, and the Jews went for 3 days and they had no water. And they started complaining, we don't have water, and complaining. And afterwards, they're complaining about the manna, right? You see it in the Parsha, they're complaining. And then after all the complaining comes Amalek. Amalek comes to attack because that the Jews didn't accept the test properly. They complained. Oh no. What should be the right attitude? The right attitude is this is part of the process. Hashem is so good. He's so kind. Everything is opened up. And all of a sudden, there's like a retreat. Most people, when it comes to this, they feel, oh, that's it. Hashem doesn't love me anymore. Hashem doesn't want me. Hashem doesn't like me. So I have a heter, I have a permit to just indulge in all of my lusts and desires and into sin and to stay far. Because anyways, Hashem doesn't love me. 1 second, you just had a big revelation. You had a big light. You had a splitting of the Red Sea in your life. And now all of a sudden you jump to the other extreme because you're being tested. The test you need. This is how it has to be. But what is the test? Are you going to lose your cool? Are you going to blow up? Or are you going to take it easy? Are you going to accept the test? Are you going to, like Rabbi Nachman says, maintain being besimcha when being tested like that? Because you know it's a test. That's the thing. Are you going to be able to hold on with joy while going through what you're going through? Nachon, it's true. That's also part of the test. That when you're being thrown from one extreme to another extreme, from a big light, the splitting of the Red Sea, to now I'm thirsty, I'm under pressure, I need to eat something, I need to drink something, I can't handle this. It's true when you go through this that you don't have the right mindset. It's understood that you forget your right perspective. But that is the test. That is the test. Are you going to let go? And by letting go, accepting the situation and being happy, or getting uptight and what is this? And all of a sudden angry. You see when these things happen, it's obviously because the person's ego comes out. His innate, whatever you want to call it, haughtiness inside that comes out, that pops out when this situation happens. When a person has this difficulty of accepting of the difficulty and the darkness of the situation after having such a light. Also, it's understood that after having such a big light, like in the case of this week's Parsha, splitting the Red Sea, that when you go to the opposite extreme, it's going to be painful. It's understood. It's such a big light, and then we have no water. 2 extremes. What's going on? That is the test. The Jews are supposed to ask, but not in the format of a tluna, not of complaining, we miss Egypt, Chaval, we went out to the desert, now you took us out to the desert to kill us, we have nothing to eat, and this and that, right? Moshe Rabbeinu had to bear all this again and again and again, and this week's Parsha, they get hit. Amalek came because of that. Rashi says that. You don't appreciate, you ask where Hashem is? I'll show you. Rashi brings the nice analogy of the father and his son. And the father, he sees enemies coming in front, so he takes his son behind them. He sees enemies coming on the back, he puts them on top, okay? And that's how it's really 2 parables. This is one of them. The father is able to save his son from all the animals and stuff that are on the ground. So the son is on the shoulders of his father, and the son sees somebody, and he says to that person, hello, have you seen my father? The father gets upset. You're asking him, have you seen my father? I'm carrying you all along, and you don't know where I am? I'll show you where I am. So the father puts down the son, and when the son goes on the ground, his feet are on the ground, the wolves and dogs come to bite him and bark at him and everything. So too, Hashem is telling the Jewish people, I'm carrying you nonstop, and you act as if, where's Hashem? Where's the food? Where's the beef? Where's all this stuff? You're upset. So Hashem says, okay, I'll show you where I am. And then you come crying back to me. That's what happened in the Parsha. That's the test, Rabbi Nosson says. Every Jew goes through this almost on a daily basis, if not every hour, whatever. But every day you have this test. That things are going good, and all of a sudden things don't go good. The person crashes, and he's upset and broken. How could Hashem do this? This is part of the process. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it goes. This is how it is, man. It's in and out. You want godliness? Okay, you're going to get it. But this is the procedure. This is the process that you're in and out. That's how it is. He says, this is the secret, Rav Nosson writes, of how the tzaddikim became tzaddikim, how you can reach your potential. You would think the opposite. For me to reach my potential, so I have to maximize, full force learning, full force davening, full force kedusha, and if I don't have that, then I have nothing. He says, Rabbeinu, you're wrong. The key is you have to be in and out, because you won't be able to handle the intensity of the light of Hashem's goodness. Even Hashem's goodness has to have a limitation, because if it's too good, right, too much light, you'll burn out. It's very obvious. This is how it is in life. Rav Nosson says, this is why we're still in Galut. This is why people are so broken. This is why, again, Mashiach hasn't come, because of learning the expertise in knowing how to be happy when things are taken away from a person. It's like Rabbeinu in his story, Rabbi Nachman's stories of the beginning of the 7 beggars, the last story. So the king who was the father, he gave over his kingdom to his son in his lifetime. And he tells his son like this. He says, I'm an astrologer, and I foresee that you, my son, are going to lose your kingdom. If now you're able to maintain happiness when this happens, I will be happy also. And if you are not able to maintain happiness and joy when the kingdom is taken away from you, I will still be happy, the father says, because you're not deserving of the kingship. And this is a big trick in life, that when you're in and you have accomplishment, wow, I'm able to learn, I'm able to be updated, holding on schedule of my learning, my daf yomi, my sedarim, my hidbodedut, my getting up for midnight, my getting up for davening and minyan, everything so good and everything, okay? So a person, when he's on a roll, when literally a person's on a roll, so what's the attitude? So you feel, if you're giving me the green light to advance, so I'll take it. The person in accomplishment mode is in the move, on the move. So it's understood, yes, that when a person is on the mode of advancing and advancement, that when this is stopped, oh, what's happened? What's going on? What? Like they took the carpet from under your feet and you fall. What happened? It's normal again that you're shocked. It's normal that you're upside down. Yes, that's how it is. But this has to happen like this. It has to be that you have the advancements, the good, things going away, amazing, smooth, and you're serving Hashem and you're coming close, and then things being taken away. That you have to know how to manage to be happy still. It's like everything's taken away, and yet I'm happy. What are you happy about? Nothing. They took away everything from me, but I'm still happy. He's saying, Rabbeinu, in lesson 24, this is the key. This is the key to you perceiving the infinite light. If you're able to have this ability to maintain joy, that's the most important thing. To be besimcha with yourself, even when things are taken away and they're not smooth. Like in the case here, the Jewish people didn't pass this test. They complained, where's the water? Where's the beef? Where's the manna? Instead of, okay, we need this, we'll ask Hashem, we'll try to be happy with what we have. And it's not like the Jews didn't have anything. They came out of Egypt, they had sheep, right? We know that. They had tons of sheep. Rashi says that this week's Parshat. They had calf and cattle and everything. Matzah they had. They became thirsty. They can ask. Water is on the way. But it's as if they don't have nothing. So this is a big test, Nosson writes. And this is the main reason why we're still in Galut by Esav, Edom, Amalek. This week's Parsha also is because of the lack of Jewish people being able to maintain stability in their joy. Stability in the situation, that's not your choice, that's not your doing. You're the victim in a sense. You're the receiver. I can only do what Hashem sends me, okay? The thing is now that when things are taken away from a person, to be able to still be happy, realizing that this is the stepping stone in my growth process to come close to Hashem. It's a very important point of Nosson. He emphasizes this a lot throughout his Likutey Moharan, and as being one of the main reasons why we're still in Galut, because people don't know how to train themselves in being constantly happy when things are going smoothly and when things are taken away. It's not easy, but this is the key, how a person can perceive the infinite light. Okay, thank you for joining. Shavua Tov. Have a beautiful Tu B'Shvat. Rav Nosson's birthday. It's a good time, if you haven't yet, to read the book Through Fire and Water, Rav Nosson's life, the life of Rav Nosson of Breslev. And if you have read the book, it's a good start to read it again. All right. Shavua Tov, everybody. Thank you for joining. And please be in touch. You have my WhatsApp number and also email address. All the best. Shalom, shalom.